Welcome back to another bus build episode. We're Dan and Chels and we are converting this Toyota Coaster bus into our tiny home on wheels whilst we live in here at the same time. We hope you enjoy part 7 of our bus conversion. A lot has been happening in this bus build. It's currently, as you can see, it looks like a mess, but I promise it is pretty much organised chaos. We've just taken down our overhead shelves as I'm painting them. So hence all of this stuff, which is all of our food from the pantry. Obviously we're living in here at the same time, so yeah, our stuff has to go somewhere when we pull out cupboards. The back air conditioner has been framed out. We just need to do the finishing touches on that. We're going to put like cedar. We need to do like finish off our bookshelf bit in the middle and whatnot, but it's coming along. So Dan is currently getting our gas ready because it's going to get hooked up tomorrow, which is very exciting because we can then use our oven and the gas cooker inside, which will be so good.
Yeah, it'll be good. I've done all the wiring and everything for it. There's just no fuse in, but they both ignite, like try to ignite, but obviously there's no gas. So yeah, they're all good, ready to go. Got all the access panels and everything cut to be able to like attach the flare fitting for the back of the oven. Got a drain hole in the bottom of the floor, all done, ready. Just got to finish temporarily hooking up this hot water system. Just then when we turn the pump on, it fills up, so then we can test it out. But yeah, hopefully it all goes swimmingly and we get gas tomorrow.
That will be such a game changer.
Oh, I also mounted the regulator and everything today, got all that ready, so.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, we got our gas hooked up yesterday, which is awesome. Thank you to Cross Plumbing and Gas for doing that for us. So exciting to be able to cook inside, and we've got our oven as well that works, so absolute.
It's nice, it's going to be good as soon as we're back living in here. It'll be very, very nice to not have to set up the gas cooker and everything. Now all we have to do is turn on the gas bottle and we're good to go. So
good. So this is our hot water system in the side of the bus that Dan put in there. And it's all hooked up to gas now. Dan's about to turn it on and we should hear it. There it goes. So that's our hot water, which is so exciting for our hot shower, which will eventually be in the bus. So we are currently also house sitting, so hence why we've been able to take the mattress and things like that out of the bus. So this week we are house sitting our friend's place, and it's just super helpful to be able to pull everything out and yeah, just focus on building the bus and having a house to kind of have a shower, cook inside, all that type of thing, just whilst we're figuring out the build. So that's super helpful. We are absolutely on a mission every single day. All of our brain energy and physical energy most of the time is going into this bus build, but we can see it all coming together now, and the vision of like a cottage farmhouse is coming together. So today Dan is starting on our cupboard doors in the bus. So we've got a full height cupboard there, and then he's also been doing our drawer fronts, which is exciting.
They're all ready for paint and prep, so it's good, got all those ticked off. Now time for this.
Nice. I ordered online some rattan and that arrived the other day, so this door is going to have some rattan in the middle. 2 reasons, well 3 actually. 1, I love the look of it. 2, it's lightweight, and 3, we wanted something that could have some airflow for our battery system down here to try and keep this whole area as cool as possible. So yeah, rattan weave was a really good option for that.
Putting the drawer fronts back on, so just trying to work out which one's which and lining them all up, which is easier said than done.
So this is the handle that I have decided to go with in our kitchen. Yeah, I found them on Marketplace and went and bought them off a lovely lady. So they're like the antique style ones, which I think will look pretty cool. Also, not going to be painful if we walk like past them. So that's also really nice because they're curved. So yay, I'm excited to put them on and see how they look. And they also match our tap pretty well. So these are the door hinges that I've chosen, and Dan is currently installing them with our doors. So these doors still need to get oiled and the rattan weave put behind them, but we're just popping them up here so they're out of the way. And it's so cool to see the hinges on them. They look so cool. On today's episode of bus building, we have been sorting out what oil colours we want for our timber framing around the cupboards, and I can't seem to find the right oil colour that I love that matches in with like our roof and all that stuff, and isn't too dark, isn't too light, isn't too honey, isn't too yellow, isn't too gold, isn't too brown. I'm finding the perfect one, so that is a work in progress, and worst comes to worst, we figured we can just paint the frames white, and I'll also love that too. But ideally I was hoping for them to be timber stained, but yeah, I can't find the perfect oil that I'm kind of envisioning. Maybe down the track I will, but for now it's a little bit tricky. Dan just installed our drawer handles, which look so good. They look awesome, and they match in really well with the tap. And yeah, I feel like the vibe's coming along. We're getting there, which is cool. Dan's just doing some of the wiring. We are like putting our light switch onto the wall. Exciting, it's getting there. Dan also made this cedar like pantry drawer front, which looks really cool. I just need to order our little, I'm getting like a little antique brass pull, but for now we've just popped a screw in to use until that arrives. So that's super functional, which is super great.
Trying to remember how I did some stuff, just making sure for the two-way switching that we are running, that I've put in enough wires, and I've got all, because like I ran this wiring ages ago, so I'm just mocking it up with a fan on the bed just for our outside light. So then we'll have like a rear light at the back, so then we can have a switch here for if in bed we hear something out there or whatever, we can just flick it on. And then I also want to switch down in the driver's seat, so when it's like nighttime or something and we're reversing into a campsite or out of a campsite or something like that, I can just hit a button on the dash, and then that'll illuminate all the rear for our reverse camera, so we can see everything. So I'm just making sure it'll work, and if it does, then we'll close all this off and good to go.
Alright, we're having a pretty late one on the bus tonight. It is currently about 11 PM at night, and Dan's up the front of the bus. He's pulled some of the dash apart and is connecting up a few wires. He's also done a bit of wiring back here. I've been moving some of our belongings in, trying to reorganise the space a little bit. It's pretty late, so it's probably time to go to bed. But we had a very productive day today, and we're actually hoping to be back on the road next week sometime. So it's going to be a big week getting things ready. Need to sell my little car, and we're just gonna basically finish the rest of the bus on the road. We'll try and do as much as possible over the next few days, but we're gonna do the shower and all the little finicky stuff on the road. So yeah, that's where we're at. Can you give me a thumbs up? So Dan just made this like farm style door just before, which I love. I'm going to put like another slightly different but like an antique brass handle there, so that ties in really nicely. And then that door also then matches this one, which will also have like an antique brass handle on it. So we are currently in full prep mode to get back on the road. So Dan's currently doing our oils, like all the oil changes in the bus. I've just been doing some more painting because we want to try and get most of our cupboards on with the rattan behind them. I sold my little car a few days ago. So yeah, we're just basically getting organised, going through all our belongings, cleaning up the stuff that we have back here at home. So how are you feeling with prep for getting back on the road?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. We're not gonna have like everything perfect, but we should have everything good enough. So I'm just doing the I've just done the gearbox oil. Now I'm just going to go buy some diff oil, do the diff oil, and then yeah, we'll be good to go. And then all that's done, and then we'll do an oil change. Probably won't do that in Port Lincoln. Making progress.
Nice. Are you excited to get back on the road?
Yeah, I am. It'll be good fun. I'm keen to surf and yeah.
What have you missed about being on the road?
Adventuring more and that kind of stuff. I don't know. Yeah, just exploring and adventuring.
What's your biggest ick about being on the road?
My biggest ick about being on the road, that costs money.
What do you mean?
It's annoying that it,
You wish it was free?
yeah, it's like so fun, but yeah, it's annoying that it's...
What's the most expensive thing about being on the road?
Well, it depends. Like, if you're staying around one spot for a while, it's not too bad, but if you're doing like what we're about to do and cross the Nullarbor, it's going to be pretty expensive in juice. So it's like, yeah.
The cost of diesel.
Yeah, that's it. That's probably going to be the most expensive thing for us for the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to think if there are any other icks. When, I don't know, when it's like raining or something and you're out of water and you've got to fill up the tanks.
Yeah.
Like that. It's just burst. Yeah.
Fair. What's been your favourite thing about being home for the last year?
Seeing friends and family and riding moto and...
Seeing the doggies?
Yeah.
And what's your favourite part of our bus currently? Like if you had to look around, what would be your favourite thing?
Probably the toilet. I like the oven. I like the fridge. And then yeah, I like the yacht hatch. Yeah, it's nice to be in bed and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like listen to the rain, I'll watch the trees, I'll watch the stars and get that nice breeze coming through and hearing the ocean and stuff, so yeah.
Nice, good interview. Nice to chat with you.
Did I pass?
Correct. Very nice. Alright, time to keep getting ready to get back on the road. Something very exciting is happening today. We are going to be laying our floor. So I've just given our floor a vacuum and I'm just giving it a wipe down, and yeah, then we're going to lay our floor, which is super exciting. It's going to lighten up this space so much. So this is a little look at our bus flooring. So Dan has marked out every little nook in the bus and now he's cutting it out. And yeah, so the floor is going in and Dan's just cutting it to size, so a little bit will go into our cupboard here and then we'll go back here, which is where like our bin area is, and around our waste pipe and stuff like that under the sink.
Yep, so we just got to disconnect this waste, pull it up or slide the floor over and then cut out the hole, so then we can silicone up around the sink and get a real neat finish. Bless you.
Thank you. And also the floor goes underneath that drawer there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks so good. It's lightened up the space so much, which is awesome. I'm very happy about that.
Alright.
And then this area here is actually where our shower will be, but because we are going to be building that on the road, we've just popped some flooring there just to finish off that little area. I was pretty particular with the exact colour flooring that I was after. I wanted something that wasn't too orangey yellow and something that wasn't too light, not too dark, didn't have too much greys, had some browns. So yeah, I was very particular. So after going to a few places, we ended up ordering this one and it came from, I think, interstate somewhere. And it took about a week to come in, and yeah, I was very happy with it. So today the floor went down and it's looking amazing. It completely changed the space within about 2 moments. It went from a semi-construction zone to quite homely and very warm and lightened up the space a lot. So it's looking so good in here. This is our back garage area. And today we're going to be laying the floor in the back area bit. It's going to make this area look so much nicer. Our bikes are going to be going in this area here. So Dan cut into the flooring and made a couple of little like niche spots bikes to go in. So the bikes will take up a fair bit of room, but then we also need to fit in a whole bunch of other things and hopefully it all fits. So whilst Dan is cutting out the flooring, I'm doing our rattan weave doors. So I've just lined up all of the cupboard doors that we need. And I still haven't decided yet what colour side I'm going to go with. It's either that more natural side or this slightly darker side. I'm just going to do this big door because I'm really keen to see how it's going to look inside the bus. So first things first is I'm measuring it, and then I'm going to use the scissors to cut the rattan weave. And then I need to pop it into the bath to soak for half an hour. Time for a bath rattan. So yeah, and then you just pop it in here. I'm going to try and lay it out flat so it can soak somehow for half an hour. So enjoy your bath, rattan weave.
I want to see a brand new country, one I ain't never seen before. Head out west toward milk and
So we've almost maxed out the storage in the back boot area here. Dan just like chucked this shelf in here for now to house some of his tools. And then the 2 bikes are in there. We've got bus building stuff because we're going to have to do more bus building on the road. So eventually they won't be there and we'll be able to build some drawers and things like that. We also have all this cedar here because we still need to do our bathroom and we're going to have cedar in there. So eventually the cedar will be cleared out and we can store more things there. A couple of yoga mats. Our diesel heater is also stored in here, which will be moved and placed. We're going to install it in the bus in a different area. So that big diesel heater will eventually be taken out of here. So that will allow some more room. And we've got 2 chairs in here, and we also have our stand-up paddleboard. So we're absolutely maxing out the storage, and we're also going to fit in a tub there full of building stuff. So we've got Dan out here going through a bunch of building stuff, sorting it out into piles.
See you in next week's bus video,
where we continue to pack the bus up and get ready to live on the road again. We say some sad goodbyes, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for watching.
See you then.